All right, y'all, we have reached the final part of the final process journal of this class. It is you're one activity away from the reflection and being done, and it's a fun activity. It's something that I saved for last because I wanted you to have a little bit of stress-free good time with this. So this is something that I love to do in my classroom. I have done it in all of my art and design classes that I've ever taught. And so if you've had me for art and design, we've done a form of this, but this is my newly updated playlist. I really like this one this year. I'm into it. It's music where we just kind of listen to every song. Sometimes I cut the song off early and move on, but this year I'm just going to let you listen through to each song and really get the vibe of each song. So I'm going to tell you about this activity. I'll show you some examples, and then I'll let you off to get started. So this is called the music flow activity. The questions we're going to focus on and that you'll think about and then we'll reflect on at the end are: how can music influence art, and your art more specifically? What does music make you feel, and what colors, textures, lines, elements in general can music make you envision? Can a song make you envision? So I love music. If you all have been in my classroom before, you know that I play music almost every day, and it's something that is a part of my days. And you also know that if you've had me before, you know that I have partial hearing loss. So for me, music is like, my hearing loss is because of music, but yet I love it so much. It's never not going to be a part of my life. So I love tying in art with music, and I hope that you see that connection with this assignment. So tips for this activity: we're keeping those same principles as we have in the mindfulness. So we're letting go of attachment and having a childlike sense of curiosity, not overthinking, definitely not judging. This is not going to be a finished artwork, and you'll see that in the examples in a moment. And paying attention to the music and the lyrics, and whatever you see come to your mind when you hear the music. So for me, I often think about a scene or a scenario or like a music video or a memory in my head when I hear a certain song. So maybe that will be the same for you, or not even a certain song, but just any song. What does that song bring to your mind, and can you show that to us on paper? So the instructions for this activity: first of all, you'll definitely need your sketchbook, and you can use markers, colored pencils, watercolor, pastels, all the above, whatever you have available to you and want to use. Again, you'll see some of the examples. That's number 2. And you'll get a chance to see what types of materials other students have used, and you can intermix and do this however you want to. I am going to give you a Spotify playlist, and then we'll have about 35 minutes of that playlist will play, and during that time you'll put away your phone and all other distractions, and you will just sit with your art materials, your notebook, and yourself and the music, and listen to the music and draw or paint how it makes you feel on the page. Here are some examples. These are students that did this same playlist that I'm about to show you. And so they drew and painted throughout the session. They kind of just, for the half an hour, these students just played around with different things, and this is what they came up with, the emotions that they felt while they were listening to this music. So you can see the representations and the colors and the shapes and the patterns. The student has sort of this fire thing coming up here, but then it's building up into these softer flowers and other elements. So she sort of mashed all the songs up together, whereas this student still mashed all the songs up, but it was in more subtle ways. These students chose to actually blend everything, so separate it, but still sort of keep it all as one piece. So whereas the first students did everything was just one piece, this student taped it off, and then she did a different song in each part of her areas, and then she stripped off the tape after she painted it, and she had a lot of fun with it. This is a student who said she doesn't like art. She's not very good at art. She liked it, but she always said she wasn't very good at it. So I just want to show you, I like to show you the different examples of, like, just because you don't think you're good at art doesn't mean you're not going to be able to experiment and have fun and try things out and do something new and exciting. And she had fun with this activity, and you can see it in her artwork. This student here also sort of sectioned things out. Like you can tell each painting is from a different song, but it all sort of blends together. So we're moving toward being more sectioned out, but it still looks like a whole piece. Same thing with this student here. They painted out each one. They were really into watercolor. They wanted to test the watercolor and see how it felt while they were doing it. And then these students chose to draw, and they used markers, colored pencils, pencil to draw representations of the songs. None of them are wrong. None of them are right. These are just ways that you could interpret this. Your goal is, I'm going to give you this playlist, and you're going to go make art for 35 minutes during that time and see how it makes you feel. Then at the end of that, you're going to take a photo of all the stuff that you made, and it could be one photo, it could be 5 photos. I don't care. However many it is, just make sure they're good quality like these ones, and I can clearly see what it is that you did on your artwork. And then you have a short reflection to fill out after this today, y'all. You're going to tell me how it made you feel and something you noticed. You're going to tell me how you think music can influence art. And you're going to tell me the elements and principles of design that were present in your work. And you don't have to think about that beforehand. Just enjoy yourself. Don't think about that. And then how you think it turned out overall. All right, y'all. So in the Schoology folder here for process journal number 3, you will find in the videos section that actually underneath this video that I haven't posted yet, you see there's a blank spot for it. In tutorial number 3's video, I have a link to this Spotify playlist here. So this is the playlist. If you're watching this video afterwards, you'll come to this playlist and sit for a half an hour and listen to this and just draw or paint along with it. But if you are in class, we are all actually going to do this together. We're going to sit, and I'm just going to play this playlist. I'm not going to talk for the full time that the music plays. So if you need to get a hold of me, we will just talk in the chat. Otherwise, everybody's just going to be drawing and painting throughout the whole time that the playlist plays. And then when the playlist is over, I'll give everybody an opportunity to take photos of your work, do the reflection in your process journal, and then we're all going to share what we painted at the end of the hour together, and then that will be our wrap up. All right, y'all, have fun with this.